last video that I made. So it seemed it spooked and scared a lot of people, and as a result, they tried to discharge me from the hospital today, even though my treatment's nowhere near complete. My finger's broken. They're saying they found like literally a new it was like E. coli infection. They had told me it was in my liver and my kidneys and all that kind of stuff. I'm still pooping blood and feces. That is basically, it smells like rotting flesh. I'm at Homerton Hospital, by the way, in the Edith Cavell intensive ward, and I've lost faith in the doctors here, and I've lost faith in the staff. So I'm making this video to get help. It was really funny. So there's discrimination here. I told them I was attacked. There's a homophobic attack. Someone was making fun of my outfit, making judgments, and broke my finger. They're supposed to report it to the police, but they don't want to. So they're making jokes about how I got hurt at Pride or something like this. I guess they think I'm an idiot. They are, there's no paperwork, there's nothing. I'm not looking at anything here. No one's telling me anything. Everyone's being standoffish and weird. So I'm a biomedical scientist, so I knew that this would take weeks to treat, based on being able to analyze my own symptoms. And they're sort of like, oh, we forgot we'd have to put you on antibiotics for another week or so. And I'm like, I wouldn't be so hasty, because I actually feel like shit. I'm completely dying, and they're in denial of it. Using a lot of high-level meditations and magic to get better, but if I wasn't doing that, then it would be a bit far worse situation. Like I said, there's corruption in the system, and clearly people, there's a response to my openness in the spiritual community and how I communicate, and there's things I communicate. So I'm just sending them a message, and I'm sending everyone a message, because some people might think, what's this message thing, and why do you talk like this now, and what do you mean you send me a message and don't talk back to me? Really, I'm speaking, I'm reflecting the shadows, I'm reflecting the way that I've been treated, I'm reflecting what people have said to me, I'm reflecting what people have done, I'm reflecting what people have used their positions to try to enact on me. And so I'm reflecting it perfectly. Don't talk back to me. I'm in control, I'm in charge, I'm the doctor, shut up faggot, like stuff like that. Literally making fun of me like that. You're like, oh yeah, saying I'm retarded. One time, for example, I was going to be represented by someone, and they actually wrote on the form that he's illiterate and has a few learning disorders. I mean, that might be true. The learning disorder part, but not only related to some things like how cruel people can be. It's really hard for me to get that lesson, but I joke. Insecure people. Everyone's seen my Facebook profile and seen studied by a medical scientist, so all of a sudden all the doctors here feel inferior, like they have to do something to take like to play to power play back, and it's very scary. So when you see me talking like this, I'm like, wow, the dynamic is scary. You actually have so much control and power over your own life, and you're still this inferior to me, or you still feel such lack in your life that this is the way that you reach for power. They always expect this big fight, and I keep saying like I actually very much so practice a water bending technique of the to flow in and out when you hit me with your lightning. They want they want this big outburst and this conversation and this, they know that I am currently homeless. Not really. I'm currently homeless in that thugs and thieves and liars and corrupt systems have falsely evicted me, falsely held up other places. I mean, the list goes on. But anyway, they know, and they thought it would be funny to joke. Well, if we let you go today, like I'm like, oh, um, I don't really have anywhere to go, but okay. It's almost like they keep forgetting that I know like people are evil, and the evilest ones want to feel good, and that's the one power that I'm never gonna give up. I'm never gonna give you. I am never, ever, ever gonna feel like I'm the bad guy. You are evil, and there is a bad guy, and there is an evil one. The one that's always using the word. It's not me, it's them. Do you ever notice? Have you ever been in a discussion with someone and you say something and then hey, you're making me the bad guy here? And it's like, see, you're the person that just brought that term up, the bad guy. I was talking about my problems with you in our relationship. But you've just introduced this character of bad guy and saying that that's what I'm saying that you are, and that somehow that's wrong. So what if I'm saying you're a bad guy? Let's investigate it. Do you notice it's always this kind of like, no one's the bad guy. Bad guys don't exist. And it's like, right. You are the bad guy because you choose to be. It's not an accident anymore. And it's classic. I've been told that one guy is my doctor the whole entire time. All of a sudden, I meet this new person who says they're my doctor. And I've been transferred from floors to floors and told literally 4 or 5 people are my doctor. I've been giving them samples. They try to lose the samples. They try to pretend because they want to imagine that this is not any other now. I actually did try to kill myself. And this is what they're afraid of. I tried to put myself in a position where I would catch many diseases and not get treatment for them. And unfortunately, I guess you can't heal from certain STDs because I had 4 or 5 at once, and I was like, I purposely didn't get treated for them, and then they went away, I guess, or so I've been told. Do you understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is there are, and I told mental health teams and people I was doing this, and they actually encouraged me to keep doing it. People have not taken it seriously, my actions and their actions, and I'm like, oh, one more time, I'm not talking to you into keeping me alive. If this happens by some fucking accident and I actually overdose on something, or I like, that would be okay for me. You guys act like I'm gonna be around to be embarrassed or have some kind of sub story. I was like, I actually don't. That's actually not the case. Um, so yeah, I was just visited by the homelessness team in the hospital here, who were like, yeah, we're helping, we're gonna help you, like whatever. And it's kind of like, oh really? Like, I don't believe anybody these days. I don't have faith in humanity at all. And there are still people who are trying to have sex with me and have completely given up on life. And I think it's funny. They're literally still concerned I'm not talking to them. They're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I'm actually planning my death right in front of your face, and it's working. Um, you know, they thought they were in this charter. Someone came in and gave me a paper and said, like, no, I'm not gonna lie, they basically tried to force me to write that they were like the best nurse ever or something. And I'm like, I literally met you twice, and there's way more nurses I have. Like, I've talked to, but recently I go places people don't like me. So in case these people wonder, you don't have to feel weird around me. I already think you hate me. I already think that you don't like me, and I'm used to that. You don't have to act so weird, okay? So I wrote them a little message. Um, but it was strange. So I wrote it for everybody. It says, Edith Cavell Ward at Homerton NHS. Thank you, amazing floor of superheroes. You really know how to brighten someone's day. I love you. Stay strong and sweet. Dalano loves you. Completely fake. Because I don't think that they love me or care. I know that they hate me and stuff like that. I will give out positive energy. And so, um, I don't know what to do anymore. As soon as I look like I'm comfortable, they think I'm fine, even though they have blood tests and literal scientific experiment that tell them that that's not the case. They're gonna tell me that since I've been here, I've been developing new infections. They're like, I'm like, what? They're like, there's something, because like we're finding new, like, and they're kind of looking at me like, so have you? I'm like, I haven't left the room. I haven't left the hospital. I haven't gone outside. I've literally gone nowhere. I'm not able to walk. They're literally wheeling me. I don't know if you guys get like infectious disease. Like, I'm not, like, even to go to the bathroom. So I'm using a commode, like a chair with a thing in it to shit in. I have to, they put a catheter in my hand. You can kind of see that swollen there, but I'm almost sure the person did this on purpose. So they put it like literally in the edge there. So I couldn't bend my hand, and like I had to keep it straight, and the catheter was in there for like a week. This whole entire arm is completely swollen and unmovable. Like, you can see. As in, I literally can't open it out. It's in so much pain. It's completely swollen. There's these big bruises everywhere. And they're just in denial. I had to literally ask them to switch it and put it in this hand. And I don't know. I've been on IV drips 24/7 because I'm dehydrated. So I'm like, if I was better, wouldn't you have stopped giving me IV and antibiotics? And I'm like, liquid antibiotics, like 4 times a day. I don't know what kind of, but they're doing the thing again where I think Waltham Forest must have talked to them and told them I'm mentally ill and stuff. So how I know that rumor happens is that when I meet people and they start like talking to me like, hey, do you know what's happening? What date? And I'm like, yeah, please stop doing that. They're acting like I'm an idiot. They're not wanting to talk to me, but like, the doctors don't talk to me. They're not here. They're not there. They're saying shit. I don't see them every day. I would just be here 4 or 5 days in a row. Literally no one. Just nurses doing stuff and coming in and taking blood tests. And like, So basically, what I'm saying is that they're too ashamed. Because you remember that? You were better, deeper. I was under your spell, like a deadly fever, yeah, baby. On the highway to hell. I only wanna die alive, never by the hands of a broken heart. I don't wanna hear you lie tonight. Now that I've become who I really are. This is the part when I say I don't want you. I'm stronger than I've been before. This is the part where I break free. 'Cause I can't resist it no more. This is the part when I say I don't want you. I'm stronger than I've been before. This is the part where I break free. 'Cause I can't resist it no more. It was lethal. It was fatal. In my dreams it felt so right. But I woke up every time. And time. Oh, baby. This is the part where I say I don't want you. Oh my god. I'm just looking for my laptop. I'm strong before. This is the part where I break free. 'Cause I can't resist it no more. So, yeah. Yeah, there's no paperwork. There's not really that much. I remember biology class of Kingston College. We remember E. coli, right? We did like papers and labs on that. And do you remember how I got sick? And I thought I was infected with the E. coli, and everyone just like thought like, oh, he's being so dramatic, and I'm like, no, I'm actually sick. And I've been working in the lab with like an infectious disease. People have been more paranoid about less things. Have every right to be like, oh my god, maybe it's the E. coli, like whatever. But it's just a little bit ridiculous. They literally have me here because I've been eating food off the streets, and that's how I got this infection. And they're joking about putting me back out there. Like, after so I filmed this video because I want to show you psychological triggers, right? So I'll be fine, and you see me like thinking, because stuff like this will happen. And you see how that's not me being weak or sensitive to other people's opinions, is that you are literally the doctor that has the authority to charge and discharge me, and you're the one making jokes about how what if we were to discharge you today? I was like, are you does that even make any sense? Like, I don't think that's how it works. You've told me they've kind of wanted to keep me here indefinitely without really telling me how long it might. I mean, they've just sort of been doing lots of feeling stuff, and I'm like, so now they've said for sure, it's like definitely another week. I really do think it's gonna be a few weeks. Well, because they think I'm being dramatic and I'm not. I literally feel horrible, and I'm actually starting to depress people because people are coming in like smiley, happy, and kind of like, hey, I'm like, and they want playful, smiley Dalano back, but they don't want to do things to actually make him smile. So I am forced to sort of, you know, yeah. So if this goes well, in terms of duty to refer and counseling, yeah, to do the counsel and all this kind of stuff, um, life should be getting a little bit better for me. I should hopefully be healed here and then discharged when some kind of like housing is sorted out for me. People think that I'm here kind of like, and I'm like, no, actually, I don't trust people and you're evil. And I expect exactly for you to let me to fall on my face. I expect exactly for you to discharge me and say, okay, dog, into the woods. Um, and I love that about myself. I know you're thinking, what does evil look like? What is evil? What is willful sin? You know, some people always think it's about the anger, it's about rage. What if I told you, rather than choosing to be angry, you can choose to be sad? You can choose to be disappointed, and you can just stay there. What if I chose you can just stay heartbroken? I, I love to announce to myself that I know it's and it's a cruel world. You know, I remember this time I was being chased by about 7 or 8 boys, and I got on the bus. That's like every day. It was just a tiny chapter of my life. I'd come home from school, and there were these boys that would just wait for me on my route home. And I went into the bus, and I asked the conductor to help, and they said, "You're too soft." I remember, I think it's really funny. And so I hear I have this massive dilemma with people like this because they won't accept. See, if I was evil, I would just accept it, which I am, and I do. That's why I want the world to blow up, and that's why I'm exposed to cause the apocalypse. And I just say it with a straight face, and you can drown me and kill me if you want, put me in prison, but I'm not gonna stop. People are evil. You don't deserve life, and I never agree. Even if I can't do anything, I'm glad when I see the demise. It scares people. Yeah, like, during Corona, oh my god, it's the happiest time of my life. It was so good to watch people get a taste of their own medicine. Um, and you know, yeah, I accept it. They don't. All I have to do is start crying apart, and they actually feel bad. But wait for it. Not bad enough to stop. All it does is make them hide more. So it doesn't. Nothing happens. people are. I was playing a character. An aspect of me was playing a character for Instagram. Right? Well, I mean, I am the devil. We talked about this. We talked about being the son of the devil and the son of God are kind of a little bit of the same things. You know, Jesus is also called the Morning Star, and one of my names is Merlin Morning Star. Do you know the legend of Merlin? You know he's actually a Cambion, half mortal, half from another realm, infernal. This is the kind of talk that gets me kicked out. This is the jealousy. There's all these weird masculine men out there that wish that they had this kind of. They basically fetishize their powers, and I just come at it from like a superpower thing. Like to me, it's like it's about how I'm from another realm, and that's true. For them, it's more about how pretending to be this otherworldly demon is hot, and it's supposed to get them attention in the story. And for me, it's like, I don't know about hot or whatever, but it comes with this and it comes with that, like everything else. And all that they hear when I talk is how realistic it is, and so the sex is realer. They're gonna ask me questions about STDs, right? And then they're gonna have a Muslim woman, which I think is really disrespectful, in the room at the same time that I never met. She has not introduced herself to me. I do not know her name, but they want me to divulge personal questions like, have you been engaging in any sexual activities? I'm like, when I don't feel comfortable speaking about this, maybe with just men in the room, without a specific spiritual like leniency, and it's all blackmail, it's all awkwardness, it's all you know, trying to get me to not say, and to this and to that, and I'm like, I don't really know what you want me to tell you. I think I did give someone a blowjob. Like, do you know what I mean? At like like a few days before this happened. What did you find something? Like, you know, you know, saying stuff like you're a young man, or like that's not to do with if you're a young man or not. I just don't know if this is appropriate for the lady. And as usual, you know, I emasculate a lot of men. You know what my secret is? Respect. I've always been very polite and sweet, and somehow that gets me somewhere. I don't care if I emasculate men. I didn't know that word existed till men who have been emasculated told me. I was like, oh, what is that? I was like, oh, it's like when someone takes away your masculinity. And I was like, how can someone take away your masculinity? Isn't it innate? Shut up, batty boy. You don't know anything anyway. That's basically the story of my life. So, yeah, they're ashamed of how long I've been here. They're ashamed that I'm only getting better, not really getting better slowly. And I'm getting better because I am doing things. Does that make sense? And they're in denial about that, or that makes them feel ashamed. So, does that make sense? And by doing things, I mean yeah, it's like they don't really want. Ooh, very powerful. I'm using this. It's like they don't want to. Um, just keep up. They don't want to like yeah. I am. Nunca me permití molestia. Ningún molestia was kind of this was true. So, you know, and yeah, it's like they're not being upfront with me because they're wanting to they're wanting to uh, um, they're wanting to keep the illusion of whatever it is that they're doing, and um, and to do that, um, uh, to do that, they have to pretend like I'm retarded. They're not, yeah, they're not being clear with me. A couple times they lied. I literally gave them samples, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And it's my job to collect the samples. Like, okay, even though the Komodo's right there, and you have, I mean, do you get what I mean? Like, there was no tools, so I kind of had to like scoop it up with the tube, and I was like, surely you could have just given me a pipette or something. It's, I mean, I was shitting complete liquid, uh, so I had to like literally, I was kind of like, okay, even if you had to do this, it would be cleaner, but okay. Um, like, do you understand what I mean? Pretend that there was a hate group that hated spiritual teachers or something, and then they actually work here, and they're like, it's so hard for them to think crap. Like, um, you know, if he rings this, we have to go. Like that's what I feel like. Like I press it and they're just like, what now? Like it's that kind of energy. Um, and I'm like, oh, cool, you know. Um, but like I said, I wouldn't say anything. But today, like they would like that was the biggest. I was like, oh, really? And um, and right now, um, there's like a lot of people in my life going through a lot right now, and they like to coordinate these things. So my brother is actually being evicted. Today's the last day at the place that he was at that we tried to call the police on because the staff there were abusing him and me. And these teams of people that hate try to do anything on the same day. So, like for example, my dad died literally around the same 2 days, or on the same day I was evicted in November. Uh, and they coordinate the eviction with um, like he was in hospital, and they coordinate so that when the police tried to reach for me or when I was trying to be contacted, it was like, oh, we don't know where he is, but they actually evicted me, so I didn't get to. So so when I make videos and I'm upset and people don't get it, like, what could you possibly be that upset about? And I'm like, and this is at Leah Bridge House. So um, I'm gonna make myself really clear. Um, I know there's people who associate me as being this guy that literally hangs out at Clapham Park and like has sex with people, and like whenever I don't actually. I'm technically never there. Even some of the people there get angry with me when they don't see me that often, and they're like, "Are you okay? You don't care about me. If you don't like me, you don't even love me." So like, don't act like I'm like, "Oh, we haven't seen you." It's like, and so you care about my life? What's my middle name? You literally don't know anything about me because you don't care, and I'm used to that. So I guess it's not in my head. 501s, arguments, battles around you. Interesting. Let's see if we can. Let's see the outcome. Does this mean that I kind of get better spirits? Okay, thanks. Crowning glory. Um, so try and remember, guys. I am not the kind of person that would ever say, "I don't want to die." I actually do. What I don't want is a long-winded, slow, torturous, painful death. But even then, um, sacrifice is necessary for the ultimate goal. I'm just gonna add some infernal red to. I'm gonna update this enchantment. Um, they tried to lie, tried to say like maybe I was lying, that maybe he's not actually pooping blood, are there any pictures? Like I know, when British people do the sarcasm, like it's so I don't know. I just feel like you betray your accent. It's such a beautiful accent. Please don't do that. Oh, are there any pictures? Like that's how you guys go. Like it's just like I'm like I literally am not such a fucking like dramatic fucking like new ager, like millennial fucking weirdo that I would think to take pictures of my shit just because it was bleeding. Like no, I didn't take pictures, you guys. But when I'm there, snap snap, you know what I mean? Um it like do you get what I mean? It's like they were hoping that by the time they gave me like 1, 2 things I'd be fine, so then I just look crazy. But instead, um uh literally I think it might have been last night. Yeah, it was literally last night. The nurse was like, "Oh, you have a fever. It's actually really high." I think she said it was 38 or 39. Like, isn't like the average like 32? Like, isn't that like kind of actually really high? They're trying to like not explain stuff to me, like some like he was like trying to say it in a way where I wasn't supposed to get that it was serious, even though it is. So it's like almost um like he was like, oh, you know, you're supposed to have like a viral, not like an immune inflammatory number thingy, and apparently like the regular number is like 30 or something, literally. That's like, and he was like, you were like at 150. Yeah, like, you know what I mean. And it's like he's like, it's almost like they don't want me to have any attention. Does that make sense? Like, it's almost like they want to say, don't be dramatic, but you're dying of cancer. Like that's basically like the energy. Like, I'm like, did he just literally tell me I'm so infected that it's in my blood and organs? Like, yes, my kidneys, my livers, my this are all showing signs of infection that traveled to the blood from the gut. And they just basically keep telling me like these high level things, but then like don't be dramatic, and like keep like you know, like, come, oh, how are you now? I'm like, still bad, still bad, still bad. And so I'm getting better, I guess, but it feels really fake to say that because it doesn't feel like I'm getting better. And I just heard today that I actually not. They're like, you're literally getting more infections, even though like more. And I'm like, and that was last night. Um, and this is the first time I've seen this doctor since. And naturally, I I go to ask, if, you know, when can I talk to an actual doctor about stuff. And you know, he's gonna say, I doctor, and I'm gonna ask him about the broken finger. Oh no, I can't talk to you about a broken finger because I'm about gut and infection, and I don't want to give you the wrong advice, and like just stuff like that. And I'm like, it's a fucking broken finger. I'm asking you for a cast so it doesn't heal badly. What bad advice are you talking about? It like it's like they're punishing me for being a bad medical scientist. They're punishing me. They're punishing me for being successful. They're punishing me for being all these different things that they think is like that. They're punishing me for it. So this is my message back to you, doctor. If you thought it was funny to joke about, oh, if I discharge you, and then I'm like, okay, good, well, I'm gonna discharge you from the earth. I'm gonna bring another pandemic, and I want people to know that it is happening because it's the only time that people respect me, and it's the only time that these people respect me, when they think they're about to lose their life. They are evil. So this is some lavender. This book is starting to smell a little musty though. I didn't have it. Then I brought it in. Like, could this be the infection? That there was a lot of blood in this book. As in, I practice a lot of blood magic and drop it everywhere. And all the pages have blood on it. It's basically made like, see this dried blood right there and there and there. And witchcraft can be a little messy. Are you serious? Yeah, some of this is actual blood. I know. Red ink and blood mixed together. Ooh. Um, you know, for example, uh, the, this is a lot of this. It's just dried blood. And sometimes it. So I basically should have. I think I closed this at one point. I should have left it open. But you see, they won't actually talk to me. They won't ask me direct questions like, "Are you directly asking me if I've come in contact with something that might cause this kind of infection?" But I'm talking food, breath, air. Like every time I start talking like that, that's when people get this weird insecurity in me to just start punishing me for being intelligent or for what they perceive as intelligence. I'm just being thorough. I'm just trying to understand what is it you're asking me and how I'm supposed to whatever, and I just don't know. Um, and people are. I mean, the Clapham. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but technically everybody already knows. But you know, people have flown from other countries because they heard I live in that park. Just this one guy was just like, so like, I'm gonna be in town for like a few weeks, and so how often are you here? I was like, I don't know, I just like come sometimes. Like, how often? Is like sometimes. It could be once in the 4 months. It could be twice in 3 months. It could be once in 1 year. I I don't know how often I come here. I don't really think it's that often. Looking at me mad and angry like in waste pay ticket to come out here because inside I live in a park. So and can just come and get tail whenever I want. Um, and this is the Waltham Forest version of me. So what happened is Waltham Forest told somebody I had a nicotine, a smoking problem. So all the doctors here are looking at me like, how come you don't go outside for smoke breaks? How come you're like not jittery? How come you don't? You know, we heard you were addicted to Tina. We heard you are. We heard you have a Tina problem. Tina is a weird, horrible name that they call methamphetamine here. Man, just call it methamphetamine. That's way better. Um, and I'm like, well, I don't. I told you that my body is twitches from meditation, and that was happening before I even knew what these things were. As far as anyone's concerned, I don't drink or smoke. Does that make sense? Um, uh, yeah, I have to do a lot of confidence and put my good face out there. But as long as people know what's going to happen in the future, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm an introvert. As far as you know, I'm going to go into a cave and that's it. And I told people that this is how I was, and they didn't believe me. So anyone addicted to my Dalano Merlin Instagram, um, you know, I just think it's really funny. Hmm? The fake police officers that used to use it to paint me in a certain way, they're gonna miss me, huh? The people that used to think that it was a platform to anybody can just talk to me, you're gonna miss it, huh? People used to delude themselves, say I watch them videos every day and I'm obsessed with them. You're gonna miss it, huh? I want you to like don't care what you miss and what you don't miss. I'm a spiritual teacher, and I still care about your enlightenment. That's what you should be focusing on. Are we understanding each other? Um, oh, if you're wondering, so is life not working out for you? I was like, no, it is. That's why I wanted to kill myself. I found out the spirits are real and my spirit guides are real, and I kind of just want to see them. I'm like, oh, wait, you guys are actually real. And I imagine I'm like, oh, so I don't think you guys get it. I wish that nobody loved me, so nobody would miss me. And every time I try to slip away, somebody sees. It's kind of annoying. And I've been at this point before. You know, when I was little, when I used to pray, when I used to be suicidal, I used to pray. I'd say, God, can you kill me? And then I'd say, oh, but then mom and dad might miss you, or they might feel bad. I know I used to say they might feel bad, so I would just say, maybe make them forget I was like born, or maybe. Then I used to. This is like innocent shadows, but I didn't call it innocent. Stupid shadows. I used to say that maybe we can kill them, and then I was like, oh, but their friends and their family is gonna miss them. Like Auntie Cheryl's gonna miss mom, and I was like, okay, maybe kill me and Auntie. Everybody with like just a small group of people, and then I mean, I don't know, it's really weird. But that's why I don't want people to feel bad. I want you to say it's okay, though. And I actually had an argument with somebody. They were like, "Oh, it makes me feel sad when you say." I was like, "No." You see, when you say that, that makes me feel like more. See, I feel so caged. Um, Casual people live your whole entire life not knowing who I am, and the one time I want to do something for myself, that's when you're gonna show up and say, "Oh, we feel bad." Like you're accusing me of attention, and I'm like, I have literally tried to do this as Salinism. Even Swan say to me once, oh, you just want everyone to see how much pain you're in. I'm like, no, actually, no. It's kind of dumb not to imagine people feeling something after you're gone. It was just a way to like normalize the whole entire thing. Notice, um, uh, because she was psychic, she could see my dreams and stuff, so she could see my ideations. I was like, watch my thing again, because I'm pretty sure I was giving nobody a happy ending. If I was doing it for attention, I'd want it to haunt them forever and that kind of stuff, and that's not what I do. And if you know me, you've ever told me that you were suicidal, I've never disagreed with you. I've always just said, the world is shitty, actually, so. And I'm not joking, I do feel it's incredibly selfish. I want people to say, Delano, the realm that you live in is your choice. And I do believe there should be help for people who disagree with this living. I still don't get why it's anybody's problem. I don't get why it's illegal. I don't get it. Why? Why is it your concern? Why? I mean, what's gonna happen? Someone's gonna get sued? I mean, that's the point. No more. And I am not crazy. I am not crazy. It's my choice. It's been so long and I have not changed my mind. I always think, why not? There's all these big threats about lethal injection and you keep thinking, oh, you want people to feel, I want you to throw me a cyanide pill. No time for you to feel bad. And I want you to know it's not because I'm sad. This place just isn't that nice. There's no argument, so that's why I'm saying who is mentally ill, really? You look at me in the and say that's why I'm powerful. Because nobody can look me in the eye and actually say anything apart from you're actually kind of right. And I'm not gonna stop campaigning until it's the right choice. And I have never taken that choice from anyone, even when I felt love that felt different. I'm just I don't want to be labeled, or I don't want to end up like Tio, suicide catalyst, and like, you know, oh well, it's your fault. You're actually leading. I was like, well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying it's not horrible, and I'm not saying it in secret. And I think I've been an overachiever for a very long time, and I'm like, what? And I've been the same. I've been in a lot of pain. I've been denied paracetamol, and morphine, and none of those things for me. Because Waltham Forest told them I already have a dependency, which I do not. Right, I told I told you what I was like. I'm just here to try. And classic, you forgot. Some people even started to get jealous. Like, oh, yeah, like maybe using magic to make you forget and wipe your mind. Technically, that's my fault. I know it's kind of unfair, but still, who lets magic wipe their mind when somebody says, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself and I'm gonna use magic to make you forget"? So, you know, you're like, it actually works. No, I think you know how it works. You have to let it work. So you know, that's good. And there's no karma for you or anything. It's not like you did anything wrong. Yeah. Okay. So we're coming up to the hour mark. 59 minutes, 30 seconds, 59 minutes and 32 seconds and 33 seconds. Alright, guys. So, releasing resistance to the worst case scenario and understanding the lux and knocks of life.